Come and knock on our door.
Come and knock on our door.
We've been waiting for you.
We've been waiting for you.
Where the kisses are hers and his. Three's company too. Come and dance on our floor.
Come and dance on our floor.
Take a step that is new.
Take a step that is new.
We've a lovable space that needs your face. Three's company too.
Okay. Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Scars YouTube page. If you're not with us,
If you're not with us, start sharing it. Share. Like,
Yeah.
share, subscribe. Start dropping those links.
I just lost my. Okay, can you hear me all right?
I can hear you.
Okay, I just caught an echo. I had to change something up real quick.
10-4.
All right. Okay. Just bear with us here for a second. We're just getting started and get some people inside here.
Yeah, I'm not doing shout outs tonight, guys. I'm sorry. But this is a whole new realm for me that I'm learning. But I thank everybody for being here. I don't even know how many we had. I can't see anything but the chat, or I mean the comments.
Yeah. Same. All right. There's 14 on the Scars.
Sweet. Oh, yeah, I'll give it like another 20 seconds. Thank you.
Yep.
Exciting stuff. Exciting
Yeah.
stuff coming for this great nation of ours.
Yeah, for sure. It's we're still building up, but we already got a lot going on. We'll get into that.
I'm excited for the future.
Yeah, I am
And
too.
so should everybody else be.
Yeah, I think we're in a unique position to provide more help to people than they would ordinarily get. Certainly from anyone else on YouTube.
And for change, possible change.
In the long term, yeah, that's a goal.
I want to
sure.
change veterans' lives, and I want to change activists' lives.
Right on.
Real activists.
All right. You see BCO. I see BCO in the chat. I see Avalia in the chat. One of our earliest clients. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Freddie. Mr. Nicky, good to see you. Wingspan, good to see you.
Tube sock with $2.
Justin Garza, I see you. Just Muckster. Don't forget to like and share. It's the best. It's one of the best ways to help. It's not just about the money. It's about getting the word out and the availability of help to people that need it the most.
And sharing links to other channels and stuff like that. That's okay. Just don't spam the hell out of it.
Right. Not bad.
I think we could get rolling.
Yeah, I'm going to start out tonight. Just real quick, I want to. Can you hear me? Okay, I don't see my thing moving.
I can hear you.
Okay, good. Can the audience hear me? Okay, put a 1 in the chat if you can hear Tab and I.
I don't see any ones.
Yeah, no, they're coming.
Okay. I was starting to get worried.
Good. Okay. I just want to be sure, 'cause sometimes there's an echo or something like that. You never know. We can't always hear it here when we're live. Anyway, so real quick, I want to start out. I'm going to read off the SCARS mission statement. This is just, when you register as a 501c3, you have to, with the mission statements, one of the main things that you have to do, um, that gives people some idea of exactly what you're doing and what your focus is, and obviously what your mission is in the long term.
And
So our
there's room to expand on the mission statement as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, this gets us started. This is where we're at right now. This can always be expanded at some point by the board. The Servicemen and Citizens for American Rights Society, or SCARS, is a registered nonprofit 501c3 organization whose mission serves two main purposes. Our first mission is to provide support services for American veterans under the care of the Veterans Administration in order to ensure our veterans are properly cared for through mental health care and educational services provided through SCARS outreach programs, and to ensure that their physical and mental health care are promptly and properly provided for through legal services to our military veterans. SCAR's second purpose is to provide legal resources and services to U.S. citizens struggling with government overreach while practicing constitutionally protected activities through activism. So, and basically what that means is uh, our first mission is for the veterans, obviously. uh, you know, and Kev can expand on this more, but the VA is not perfect. It's like any other governmental institution, and they've got problems. And the service that we can provide for the veterans at this point are mostly administrative more than legal. We point them in the right direction where to get um, how do I want to say, more expedited care when things get blocked up for them, that sort of thing. Really, just give them some guidance through that, and legal services when it comes down to it. We have our one client, AVA. He's had some issues with them, and there's going to time when there's probably going to be a lawsuit involved with it, just because it goes beyond the care that he's been given. It's how he's been treated there as well. But so I can't get in obviously in too much detail about um, individuals that we're providing services for, because um, it's their business. It's not my business to put it out there. But basically, that's what where we're at with that. Secondly,
Ha-
for the
Hashtag,
citizens,
I wanna expand on that. Hashtag veterans have rights also. Hashtag.
right? Our second mission, and none of these take really priority over the other. In fact, we're helping more citizens than veterans at the moment. Obviously, as we expand, that's going to change. But as far as citizens goes, we're helping them through the legal stuff, pointing them in the right direction where to find information. um, Letters of intent to sue, preservation letters, and some direct legal work. Once we get more funds built up, ultimately we would like to have a network of lawyers that have been, um, I guess,
Vetted.
applied for, yeah, vet it through SCARS, that we know are going to work with not only our client but with us as well. We'll be providing guidance for them as well, and they'll be, it's going to go both ways. It's going to be a two-way street. We're not looking to run anybody over, um, but we have a mission here, and the mission's always the goal. So, but that's basically it. Helping them, write legal stuff, finding case law for them. We, whatever it is they need, um, is basically what we're doing for them. We're perfectly legal to do that, um, through a nonprofit. Um, that's some work that Institute for Justice has actually been doing with that as well. And we're going to be reaching out to them at some point. Actually, we already have, but um, we're going to set up a meeting with them and see if they'd be interested in working with us as one of our sources or resources. So, also, there's been some talk in the community about whether we're a 501c or not. Let's just real quick. This is going to take about 2 minutes to dispel their hours of videos on that. I'm going to open up a tab here and share, if you'll bear with me for just a moment. And we're going to do a quick Google search. Okay. Okay. So how it works with a 501 is there's steps you have to take. They have to be in a certain order to get yourself started. Basically, what you do is you register in a state. Our state happens to be Delaware. We're registered 501 in Delaware. We got our paperwork from them. That was fairly quick and easy to do, which is one of the reasons why we chose Delaware to do it. We have a registered agent in Delaware that we work with for all that. The next thing is to get the federal employer identification number through the IRS. We've also done that. The next step, there's 2 other steps beyond that. Now, we formed back in July of this year. And basically what I'm going to show you here is what the steps are to get there. So just give me 1 second here. All right. So there's 2 real easy ways to answer that question. First off is, what is IRS Form 1023? And can you see this, Kevin? What I'm highlighting here? Kev, you there?
Oops, sorry, I was muted.
Okay.
We don't need to be up on screen. We can make this full screen if you want. I don't need to be up on screen.
Okay. I'm going to assume everybody can see this page here. So the 1023 form, the IRS Form 1023, the purpose of the form is any organization may file Form 1023 to apply for recognition of exemption from the federal income tax under Section 501c3. That that is what basically, more or less officially makes the IRS recognize you as a 501c3. Not that they don't, but we'll get further into that. So that's specifically what that 1023 form is for. Okay, that's your application for recognition. Now, this is how long we have to do that. So the IRS, and you can go to their webpage and you can actually see a link down here that will tell you a little bit more about that if you want to Google the same thing. But within 27 months. So in general, an organization must file its exemption application within 27 months from the end of the month, in which it was formed. We formed in July. So we have 27 months from July 31st, that would begin on July 31st, to send that exemption application in. That's that Form 1023. You can see it in the search box right there. Okay. So let's just dispel with that. The next paperwork that we have due with the IRS is the 990 form, which is, I guess that's the equivalent of like a 1040 form for individuals. That's where our financial stuff, we send that to them and whatnot. That is due on our end by the end of July of 25. So, of course, we will have that filed before then, and likely we'll do the 1023 right after that. The reason we're not doing it right away is because, well, for one thing, we have 27 months, but it's mainly because I've found in my research that a lot of times when a newly formed nonprofit sends that in, if you don't have anything on record before with the IRS as far as financially prior to sending that form in, it's the IRS, right? So they're going to take 60 days or 90 days or something to send you something back, and it might not be your letter of recognition. It's more than likely, in most cases, going to be what's your financial situation. So it makes more sense to do the 990 form first, because if we do it that way, they're already going to have that information. They can pull it up. It's it'll be a little more expedited that way. Otherwise, if we did it now, we have to wait to file it, wait for all that stuff to come back, and then, whether they get it or not. So it actually ends up taking less time if you do the 990 form first. So hopefully that dispels all of the back alley talk about whether we're a registered 501c3.
Well, just the fact that we have to explain it speaks volumes about the intelligence of people on YouTube.
Well, they're all great researchers, I guess.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so yeah, that's the thing. I seen a question. How can donators write off their donations through IRS since no EIN? Well, we do have a federal EIN. That's the FEIN. So you're not exactly right there, but you don't need it. You don't need it. How it works is if there's a donation of $250 or more at the end of the year, well, our fiscal year goes from January to December. At the end of the year, we will send you basically a letter that just says, thanks for the donation. It'll be the amount and the date. When you're doing the exemption on your tax form, and I'm not a tax guy, so but it's like I said, this stuff's not too hard to find. When you do your 1040 form to write it off, for one thing, you have to itemize to begin with to write it off. You do not need a FEIN. All you need is the name of the organization and the date of your donation, and of course the amount of your donation. So you do not need an EIN. That's a misnomer. I don't know where that came from, but again, this is not that hard to find on the IRS site. So I would advise y'all be careful where you get your information from. Be careful who you listen to. There's a lot of misinformation out there. And that, misinformation, the legal misinformation, besides whether we're a 501, or not. There's a lot of that out there too. And that's one of the things that we want to kind of help out with, indirectly when we get our website back up. Which is going to be probably pretty soon, next maybe 10 days, 14 days, something like that. In the next 2 weeks or so, we'll have something up. We'll have our information on there. We'll have our federal, EIN on there and everything. Not that you need it, but if you want to look us up, it'll be available. We will have our mission statement up there. We'll have our everything. We want to be transparent.
We had up there before.
Well, we did, but we went through some stuff and the site got kind of messed up. But hold on, I'm reading here. If you're
Well, we are dealing with some world-class investigators.
Yeah, I see one in the chat now. Well, whatever. It's like I said, I just explained all that, and if they don't like it, whatever. That's on them. Don't donate. If you don't think we're 501, don't donate or wait for the information to go up. We're gonna make it one way or another, So, but yeah. So anyway, so that's one of the things that we're also going to do. When we had the website up before, we had actually started what we called an educational page. This is for it's going to be a resource for people to go to just look up basic stuff about filing lawsuit, timing, that sort of thing. It's just going to be random legal issues, but it's going to be very thorough.
I think
and it'll be good information.
Yeah, I think Lincoln Leonidas is going to help us with one of those educational pages.
Yeah, actually he is. Yeah, that's right. Exactly. So I don't know why.
I want to thank everybody for donating that they've from. It's amazing who you act like when you read the email and you find out who it is. It's kind of it's very humbling when people that can't or shouldn't people that can't afford and or shouldn't be donating are still sending $5 here and there whenever they can. That's very humbling.
Yeah, it is. It really is. That's yeah. What more can you say than that? It really is. It's great that the number of people that have had faith in what we're doing. It's been a good thing.
It's one of the only things that keeps me going, to be
Right.
honest with you.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's a yeah, it's funny. There's a quote that I'm a big studier of history. I did it in college. I wrote papers on this kind of stuff. Uh, there's a quote by um, it's Caesar, Marquis de Picaria. He's a historical figure. You can look him up if you want. There's a quote by him. I wouldn't say it's famous because most people haven't heard it, but the quote basically says, "If by supporting the rights of mankind and of invincible truth, I shall contribute to save from the agonies of death one unfortunate victim of tyranny or of ignorance equally fatal, his blessing and tears of transport will be a sufficient consolation to me for the contempt of all mankind." So, basically what this guy saying is, you know, if I can save one person from tyranny or ignorance equally fatal, then it's worth it. Then it's worth
That's
it.
deep.
Um,
That's deep.
I right now, John Adams actually used that quote in the trial of the. Well, I won't get too deep into that, but his quote in response to that was, "I have received such blessing and enjoyed such tears, and there is no greater pleasure or consolation." And that's exactly how I feel when when we're able to help somebody that that really needed it, or and when we see the donations come in, that's a blessing.
Speaking of, looking for those links. I think we need some links being put up. This is a fundraiser.
Yeah, Stephanie's on it. I see Stephanie's on it. They're there.
I trust my mods, so if anybody has a problem with any of my mods, then I'm sorry about your luck.
Yeah, yeah. We're not here. We're here to take care of business and keep scars moving forward. We're not here to. I've already answered the question about whether we're legitimate or not, and if they don't like my answer, then Google is your friend. I'm not.
Correct.
So, but anyway, that money that you guys donate, like I said, there's going to come a point where once we have a network of lawyers, and of course, it's something we got to build up to. We've only been doing this since July. Um, it is a lot of work, guys, to get something like this going. It is a ton of work. So, besides having, well, we're working with, let me look at my whiteboard here. We're working with 16 different clients so far. It's like I said, as we're able to get more donations and expand our staff, and we're going to be looking for looking for help with some of that stuff. Some of it with research, and if we can get other lawyers on board to actually help us directly, besides being able to refer people to lawyers in a variety of states, then we're going to do that too. Sorry, guys, I'm looking through chat here real quick to do some shout outs here. Evalia, thank you. Stephanie Jenks, thank you so much for your help. Appreciate it. Freddie, good to see you. Iowa Aldis, BCNN, that's one of ours. That's one of ours right there. Good to see you there. Old guy Mitch, one of my old faves. Good to see you.
I'm sorry I haven't been paying attention to chat. I'm texting like crazy right now.
That's okay. Lex, we can see you. I see your comments, man. Hang in there, man. You're doing good. Who else is in here? Mr. Carey, good to see you.
Freddie is a huge supporter.
He always has been.
Huge supporter.
Yeah.
The man has a heart bigger than Mount Everest.
100%. Yeah. BCO, Baltimore County Observer, good to see you too. Thank you for coming. Thanks everybody for coming. Wingspan, good to see you. Justin, good to see you. Who else we got here? All right. I can only see Scar's page. I can't see Kevin's page. So if there's anybody on Kevin's page, thank you for coming and welcome.
I can't see my page either. I should probably, maybe I should pull it up on my phone so I can see it.
Well, either that or you can open up another tab and just hit the mute button.
Oh, I ain't fucking pushing buttons, bro.
I understand.
No, that ain't happening.
Oh goodness. What do we got? Okay. All right. So yeah, that basically dispelled all that. That's what our mission is. That's when you donate, that's where it goes. It goes to helping other people. Bill, thank you for your donation of $50. Appreciate that. Very nice, very kind. You guys are just, it's just amazing the support.
The support is fantastic. I want to give a shout out to Lick the Whole Boot. Apparently, him and GS are restreaming this. Thank you guys. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
we need all the attention that we can get.
Right on. Algorithm matters.
That's right. Chat and Play. Apparently, Chat and Play is watching and restreaming this. Thank you, Chat and Play.
Cool.
Yeah, it's I can find everybody else's but mine. Oh shit.
That's all right.
That's so fucking funny.
Hey, FPS, good to see you, bud. Thank you for coming. Appreciate it. Iowa Audits, this is not an investigation. This is the quash one.
Yeah. FPS has been a big supporter of mine. We talk on the phone regularly. I will always have his back. And if any of you have a problem with that, you know where you can go.
Muxter, thank you. Appreciate that. He says we'll make sure we can see both channels later.
Miss PCO, Miss PCO needs a huge shout out too for dealing with my bullshit and BCO's bullshit.
Right.
Because we're out together a lot.
Yeah. That's funny. So, well, that's good. Like I said, I don't mind the restream. You know, it's like I said, we've already picked on the naysayers. So
yeah, I love it. I love the restreams. I can't get enough of it. Yeah. I sure would love if a particular one would do it, but you know,
it's probably just a matter of time. It's all good. Yeah. Evalia. Hey, Evalia. Good to see you. Good to see you there. Another client.
Yeah, I love her. She's passionate, very passionate woman about what's happening in her life and her family.
Yeah, and the community.
And we're trying to help her out with that.
Yeah. Yeah, very good. We have she's one of two clients in the big state of Cali.
Yeah, California, geez almighty. That's going to be a huge undertaking.
Yeah, well, I mean the whole thing. It's like we're not going to cure all the world's problems with the judiciary or with the VA, either one. But
I'm going to try
make a dent or help that one person, man. It means a lot. You know what I mean? It means a lot to them, and it means a lot to us too.
I'm going to try my ass off to change this nation.
Yeah, we're just trying to do the right thing here. That's all. Just trying
one at a time.
Yep. Or 16 at a time.
Well, yeah, that too.
So, let's see here.
We're gonna have to make a new Facebook page, guys, because we can't seem to get into that Facebook page. So Give us, some leeway on the whole social media thing. It took us forever to get this going. Um, so just bear with us. We are doing the best we can considering the workload that we're under already.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I said, it's been a lot. I've spent a lot of time doing this and getting it set up. So it's a tremendous amount of work for a few people. So yeah, guys, smash that like button, share, share, share. And if you can donate, donate. If you can't, then share it. Tell a friend.
Yeah. And on
Once-
every single social media platform that you can find
for
or a
sure.
part of.
Yeah, and we're like I said, like Tab said, we're going to be expanding on that stuff too as well. Once we get the website back up, we'll be taking applications again. We have some more people working with us than we did a few weeks ago, so um, we'll be able to take on a little bit more work. Once the website went down, it was it was almost a blessing in disguise, to be honest with you, because I
Yeah.
forget how many applications we had. We had like I have to go back and hang on one second. I can tell you.
It was overwhelming. Let's just say that.
Yeah, we had 46, 47, it looks like 48 applications
Jesus.
in that little bit of time. So in a little bit of time that it was going on. So we still have people to reach out to, and some of the stuff that we're doing, it's like they only need us for one or two little things, and then we can move on to stuff for other people and the bigger things. Some other stuff that we're working on is um, far more involved, you know.
And it's not just
And a lot of times too, it's what makes it hard. It's easier for us if um, you know people reach out to us early on in their case. Some of this stuff we've been coming in kind of halfway into this, doing a little bit of damage control, trying to get people some direction or redirection. Uh, as far as their case goes, I'm not like I say I can't get too deep into other people's stuff, but
Yeah,
uh,
I just wanna elaborate on that a little bit and say that, as sorry as I am that we didn't respond to every single application, it wasn't just our fault that that happened. You know what I mean? Like there were some things that happened that were beyond our control, and
mhm.
we just couldn't get to every single one. So, lessons learned, basically.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Testimonials. I see somebody asking for testimonials. That kind of stuff you don't want to do when you're in the middle of things. There might be a couple of people, I guess, that could possibly come up tonight. We kind of did this last minute, so I don't know if
Yeah,
if that's going to happen or not. But
we're
that's
not built.
okay.
Simple answer to that is we're not built that way. We're not going to put a testimonial out on something that hasn't concluded either. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because a lot of the times there's going to be like you said, there's going to be civil litigation involved, and nothing will be released until the end of everything. And I want to make that very clear to everybody.
Yeah, this isn't this isn't a YouTube channel for clicks and, and views. You know what I mean? We're everything we're doing is behind the scenes, so to speak, as far as testimonials go. I'm sure. I mean, we've already, had a couple of our clients suggest that they want to do that. I actually recommend that they didn't until their stuff was concluded. But yeah, I mean of course that's going to happen. Likely by the time we get the website back up, we'll probably have a few that we can post up there.
Yeah, we'll
But
have a testimonial page like we did with the what was that page? The donation page and stuff
mhm,
like that. All that stuff will be back up. But
yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah,
And
we
it,
had it
it
up
might
there
not be on
before.
a great, it might not be on a great website or anything like that, but we will be working on all of that shit in the background as well, to get a better website together and this and
Right.
that, yada yada yada. So it might not look all that professional from the jump, but we're only a few people,
Right. Right. And that's something else that those donations help with too. That's
It is getting the right people involved that we can actually pay to do things like grant writers and stuff like that. Like everybody seems to think that it's not a business because it's a nonprofit. No, this is straight up a business.
right.
Period.
Right. Right. So we're not here to damage control or you know what I mean, anything like that. It's I'm looking. I'm still watching chat here. So okay.
How about the question that's on the screen right now? And answer. Yeah, look at this question on the screen. Freedom from Mr. Freedom or Mrs. Freedom.
The answer is yes,
Yep,
both actually.
both.
We're working with other attorneys as well. Like I said, we're trying to get some lined up. A couple of them you've definitely heard of that are I wouldn't say they're in the community, but they're on YouTube at a minimum. And all 16 of our clients are from within the YouTube community. I would say some of these guys you'll see in chat, uh, and some of them have channels, some of them don't. But like I said, we got we're, we can't just take and expose every single person,
Right.
while we're in the middle of that kind of stuff.
YouTube is not the total answer.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And you won't see somebody like Institute for Justice or any of the other nonprofits that work on this, in that area, uh, do that sort of thing either. If you don't see IJ doing it, we're probably not going to do it either. Yeah, I'm not
However,
certain.
we might do some vetting on particular lawyers.
Well, yeah, I mean that's going to be part of it, of course, for the network at some point. We already have a few, ready to go, but like I said, there's a little bit of distance between here and there, and I can't expect them to do everything for free, which is basically,
Right.
we've not charged anybody anything. You know what I mean? For anything that's been done, it's a nonprofit. That's not what it's about. We don't do this to get paid. That's not part of that. If a client wants to, donate at some point along the way or after it concludes, that's on them. But we don't ask. We don't ask for that.
Correct.
Like I said, we're just trying to do the right thing here. The naysayers can naysay as much as they want, but it is what it is. We got a business to run, and that's what it boils down to. Yeah, there's a lot of hypocrisy out there. But like I said, that's fine. We're not here. We're not here to worry about that. We're here to carry the mission forward. Kevin alluded earlier to positions that will at some point. Sorry about that. At some point, going to want to be filling. We have some committees that we're going to have involved. Basically, since our mission is a split mission between veterans and citizens, we're going to have what's called a Veterans Direct Action Committee. There's going to be, it has to be at least 3 members. Those are paid positions. They basically gather client background information and the applications. I should probably go over that too. When we receive an application, it comes to me and I'll look at it, give it a cursory look. I'll well, up till now, mostly I've done all the background research on it myself. So I'll reach back out to them, and we'll have some emails back and forth and try to get the story and sort out what their, what their needs are. Once the committees get started up, it'll go from me into either the Veteran Direct Action Committee or to the Constitutional Protections Committee. That's the citizen side of it. That's another committee that's going to be at least three um, members. Uh, I will send the application to those committees, those individual committees with recommendations. Um, the committees will uh, have a meeting about those applications, and they will form their own opinions of what we should do with that. Once they form their opinions with that, they can either, take what I say about it, or they can add or take away from that. From there, it goes to the board.
They can all decide that it doesn't move any further as
Oh
well.
yeah, correct. Yeah. Of course, yeah. They're free and clear to do whatever they want for them once it gets through me. If there's something that the person needs, if myself and the committee, or just the committee, however it is, decides that they need a lawyer to work with them directly in their state, then once it goes to the board, then basically the board approves the spending of money. That's what the board of a nonprofit does. It really says how the money's spent. Um, and we'll get it started from there. So we'll have those positions to do. There's a minimum of 6 positions there. We have 2 paralegal positions open. What else? Web designer, funding and grants director, and a secretary. What I would call a lay secretary. That's somebody that basically answers the phone, keeps paperwork in order, that sort of thing. So those are going to be the first positions that we're going to be looking to fill. We will have a ethics committee. The purpose of the ethics committee is to accept, consider, and determine a plan of action to maintain the good name and reputation of SCARS. And there's a whole process. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. That committee forms in the event of an ethics issue raised either formally or informally and received by really anybody in the board or one of the committees. The committee will be raised. They'll meet within 2 weeks of the ethics complaint being filed. It's a process that we would go through just to make sure that everything's being done the way it should be done.
On board, up above
Yeah.
board.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So the ethics committee will consist of 1 board member and 1 member of each of the other committees. So it's like a 3-person board. None of them can be, a named actor in the complaint. Then they determine the veracity of the complaint by a recorded vote. And if and whether it's well founded or not, and then they basically come up with a plan of action, how they want to proceed with it. From there, it goes to the board for approval. And if the board has any changes or additions or subtractions, then it goes back to the committee. The committee's reformed. They go over whatever the recommendations are, if there are any, and then back to the board for action.
Yeah, and that's what should have happened with the last incident, but somebody didn't want to play by the rules.
Well, yeah, whatever. It's neither here nor there. But anyway, so like I said, once we get the website back up, all of this stuff, the bylaws and all the stuff that I've spoken about, will be posted on there as well. So, and you have to keep in mind too, it's mostly just me here in the background doing this stuff, and Kevin, and we're blessed to have Nikki on board as well too. And BCO is going to be joining us shortly, and a couple other people. So it's going to get better, but I'm not answering phones. You know what I mean? At this point, like I say, everything right now is going through applications, and applications are closed at the minute. They'll be open, once we get the website back up in probably, like I say, probably about another 2 weeks. Sorry, I'm going over the things here again. Using a routing. Freddie had a question. Can you donate using a routing number and bank account number? Yeah.
Like a check? Well, what is
Well,
he
he's
doing?
talking
Not
about your,
ours. They
yeah.
don't need our routing number because they're all linked and all already to the links.
No.
Unless
He
which one's
he means like when you click on like Clover or whatever.
oh,
You
with
use the bank.
like a direct deposit.
Yeah, right. Rather than put in a credit card number, can we put in, or can they put in account and routing number?
I think I would have to ask the bank lady that. I can call her first thing tomorrow and find out.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that myself, to be honest with you. I know, obviously credit cards, but otherwise I'm not sure. So, but we'll work on that. And I believe that it is available. But we'll see. I believe it is available. If it's not up when you click on the link to the Clover thing, if it's not now, we'll find out this week and we'll make it available.
Well, I would hope that it's available with the amount of money that we spent on that package.
Right,
Just saying.
right. I'm going to open that Clover link now and see. Yeah, see, right now it's just a credit card number available. They don't have any other option.
Yeah, I'll get the answer tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll find out about that. I actually thought that they could. And yeah, Stephanie Jenks makes a good point. You can set up a Cash App, and they have a bank and routing number with that after you sign up.
I do remember them saying something about how they're affiliated with Cash App. I do remember that in one of the meetings.
Yeah, Clover is. Yeah.
Yep.
So that'll make it easier, but we'll find out for you for sure. And if it is, I think it is available. I think we just need to tell them to add it. So let's see here. Yeah, or you can do like a prepaid card or something like that. The only problem with the prepaid cards is they usually charge for them one way or another. They either charge you to get the thing to begin with, or they'll charge.
Oh, they always get you. They've been getting me for the better part of 40 years or 30
Right.
years now.
For sure.
Well,
Yeah, that's actually a pretty cool idea. I like that. I actually thought about that before. We haven't, like I say, we're still a young organization, but that would be handy to have an interpreter for Spanish. Thank you. I'll get with you about that.
I didn't even see that. See, that's why I'm not only paying attention to the chats. But anyway, I think we've been on here long enough. 50 minutes sounds, or less than 50 minutes sounds like a good number to stop at.
Yeah, we got a couple of donations too, so I appreciate everybody. I don't want to shout everybody out because
Some of them like
do
to
that.
anonymous,
Yeah, right. So yeah, that's great.
All right. Well,
Yeah, it's really good.
yeah, I
Thanks,
appreciate everybody that was here. Everybody on my Angry Vet page, thank you for coming and showing up. I'm sorry I couldn't get over there, but I love you all, and y'all have a good night. And stay tuned for the next fundraiser because it's going to be a doozy. That's the what are we calling that? The hair fundraiser or something?
Yeah, we'll come up with a fancy name. Why don't you give them a quick lowdown?
Well, I think we're gonna do a fundraiser that you can donate to SCAR's nonprofit, And in your donation, you can put a note in your donation saying, keep the hair or lose the hair. And we haven't quite came up with a number yet. I mean, we're still floating around, floating on a number. But any amount of donation is allowed to write a note, and then we'll just add up, those all the donations for and all the donations against, and come up with a dollar amount of whether I have to keep my hair, or how much I got to get rid of, and or how much I need to keep, or how much I need to grow. You never know which way it's going to go. But that'll be the first crazy fundraiser, and then I'll come up with some crazier ideas, I guess, going down the road. What would you like to see the Angry Vet do this time? Yada yada yada, blah blah
Yeah.
blah.
And we're always open to suggestions too. If anybody has a clever idea for a fundraiser, just reach out.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, and if you want to do that, or you need anything else, our email, you can email us at admin@scars501.org. That's admin@scars501.org.
And I know some people have asked about merchandise and stuff like that, but that's later down the road, guys. So we got bigger fish to fry right now, and we'll find somebody to put all that stuff together and yada yada yada. But just be patient with us.
Right. Yeah. Keeping the swine, I want to reach out to a couple more people just real quick before we go, because I appreciate them coming. Targeted Patton, that's one of our guys. Dub Wubbs, always appreciate you. Keeping the swine in line. Press with Ranker, thank you. Appreciate you guys. It's great for you guys to show up. Don't forget to like the Scars page and subscribe. All of that stuff is, of course, to answer just Muckster's question. A full body wax, I don't know. That might be something we can look at.
I don't know. I think some of the ones that are restreaming this would probably rather see me bleach my taint, or or a Brazilian wax.
Right. Just not televised.
Yeah.
We'll just show you the wax paper when they're done.
Yeah. All right, guys, we love you. Thanks for being here. And like always, adios, and screenshot this.
Thanks, everyone. Appreciate you. We'll see you soon.
I'm so glad we had this time together, just to have a laugh or sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time